"16 minutes in towards this opening half. No score between Unionville Milliken and Scrosoppi FC. What's been a good battle of wits so far here in this first half. Stolar under some pressure is forced to go all the way back towards Reed. Bickford. Looks like Unionville's starting to set up the players a little bit up, as well as Coach Santos is telling the players shift up a little bit. Don't give them as much space. Give them about the same amount of space they're giving us to clear their own half. As you're seeing right now, as Scrosoppi is trying to pass this ball out of their own half, but the pressure is just relentless from Unionville, and they are able to get this turnover. First time all the way up towards the striker, but it's a good job there from Clark hustling out of his goal, and he's able to get towards that ball before safe Jaffer was able to reach onto that. Halley. And towards Rolex. Rolex does well to keep possession. Gets it towards Kilbride. Kilbride tried to play that through ball up towards Blaskovich. Couldn't find him. Now Unionville back in possession. Prentice White with a lot of pressure on him. Again, what we're saying is both teams are putting a lot of pressure on the defense, not letting them get that ball out. And it's been successful on both accounts so far, as teams have been struggling to get the ball in their own half. And when they do, they just don't have the players to go forward to launch a counterattack. High line right now here for Scrosoppi, as Unionville players trying to see if they can find a gap, as they're trying to play that through ball in. Badabenji was making a couple runs, couldn't find them, so they brought this one all the way back to Mahabir to reset. Good battle here, as it gets brought down there is Halley, and he's going to win his team a free kick as Brooms brings him down. Quickly taken in, and Halley will resume with the ball. Izernich. Can't find his player towards the left side. And Unionville now again seeing that lots of space on the switch ball as they try to play that one in again towards Badabenji, but it gets intercepted there by Reed and Scrosoppi. Once again here on this near side with Halley, who almost has that one roll off his foot. We saw a lot of frantic pace in that opening 10 minutes, but as we reach towards this 20-minute mark, starting to see this pace start to settle down as the players have gotten accustomed in towards this game. Movement continues here as Bickford gets it back towards Reed. Long ball up to field towards the midfield as Padarroyo hits this one up towards Halley. Halley's got two players on him, but he's still continuing to try to fight for this one. And it finally gets popped away from him. Charles now. Badabenji back towards the midfield for Eccles. Little turnover there as Rolex is able to pick it through. Rolex gets by one, passes it over, touch, and it doesn't go in. Fantastic save up tight from Tajon Campbell as Nicholas Blaskovich got that perfect pass in from Rolex. Just had to tap it into the corner, but Campbell read his mind and stretched the leg out as he keeps it out as we go towards our first corner kick of this game. Fantastic stuff from Campbell, who's making his 5th start of the season to keep this game leveled at 0s. Near post on the corner kick, gets cleared away first time by Mahabir as it goes out for a throw-in. Nice movement again from Rolex. He tries a low drive, didn't get enough on that one, as this one will roll towards Campbell. But you can see a little bit of frustration there from Rolex. But again, very encouraging so far. He's seemingly found himself with a good amount of space in front of that goal. Some good movement with that ball. Able to break free and create those opportunities. Badabenji goes right into the back of Bickford, and he'll get called for a free kick. Today's League One Ontario broadcast is made possible by Derby Star, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball for League One Ontario. Macron, work harder, play harder, and Vibrant Performance, Canada's most trusted automotive high-performance brand. This one's going to be a long ball on the left side, trying to give chase towards it is Halley. As Halley and Blaskovich continuously try to switch sides on that attacking winger role as they try to see if they can confuse this Unionville defense, as Halley switched over back towards that attacking left midfielder role. Campbell trying to find somebody to pass his ball to, finally puts it towards the middle, and right away the Scrosoppi player screaming pressure as we get a call for a high foot there from Patarroyo. And I believe based on the referee's indication there'll be a ball down on the ground. Yes, it will. Patarroyo doing a good job intercepting that pass, as it's a quick switch there from Leach. Stolar. Reed into the midfield. Blaskovich, good control, as he's got a player all over his back as he tries to run away from him, but he's able to get that pass away, but hits it right towards a Unionville player who's trying to hustle his way through the midfield, and that's what we've been seeing so far. When those turnovers do happen, it's just both teams haven't had those bodies up the field to launch those attacks. And right there, Jafford just only had the one player in Badabenji up in front. Good control from Patarroyo. As we take a look here on towards this League One Ontario Men's Premier standings, only 3 teams remain undefeated so far this season, with North Toronto on the top of the table with a perfect 5-for-5, Vaughan with 3 wins and 1 draw, and then Oakville with 2 wins and 3 draws. So it just shows you the quality of the season with 22 teams here on the table. It's really open days and open field for anybody to succeed here as we get towards this early stages of the season. Looks like after that initial pressure, Scrosoppi is sitting back a little bit, so they're still attacking high, but just waiting until they start to get a little bit up the field before pushing, and then just forcing Unionville to play that long ball, which they are able to control here with Brooms. Eklas. Mahabir is forced to hit it in the air, and a little miscommunication from Brooms, and Carls knocks each other over. And here comes Scrosoppi the other way as Blaskovich gets knocked down. He looks towards the assistant referee. Assistant referee shakes his head, said no. It goes out for just a throw-in, and play will resume here for Unionville. Badabenji, nice back heel there for Jaffer, and here he goes on a run. Jaffer versus Bickford. Can Bickford get over to it? And I think he might have got a touch onto that one to prevent that shot, but Clark does well to make the save. A good hustle coming out from Bickford, able to allow that run from Jaffer to go no further, but some great speed coming in from safe Jaffer to create that chance. Another interception here by Stolar. Chips it forward towards Rolex. Rullock's trying to force his way through Prentice White as they continue with the pressure here as they drive towards the edge of the goal. And that one will take a block off of the diving leg of the defender. I believe that was Diallo who went down onto the turf. And it'll be a second corner kick upcoming here for Scrosoppi. Long ball up, nicely headed, beautiful save from Campbell, but it's going to be called for a free kick regardless for the push-off on the back from Bickford. But Bickford did well to get up high to get onto that head, but he just got those hands onto that back of the Unionville defender, and the referee will blow that one down. Open space in the midfield for Yezernach, and he's going to try to dump that one towards the left side, towards Blaskovic. Couldn't get to him, but the attack still continues as Blaskovic tries to win it, but good job there from Unionville, able to pass that ball away. Tajay Reed with time. Over to Bickford, who just had that chance off the corner kick just a moment ago. But again, impressive save regardless there from Campbell. But what I liked the most about that save was the strong hand. As soon as he got to him, he recognized, okay, I can't allow a rebound as well. So he played that one out strong to be able to knock it away. Patarroyo over midfield. As Halley towards his right, plays it towards him. Patarroyo will go for that overlap. Instead, they're going to play this one down the line, and they're going to find a player in Kilbride. Halley once again poked away from him. Ref says no all ball here, and here comes Unionville here, but they're saying there's got to wait for those couple players to go forward, and they do get a couple passes as they try to play that long ball up towards Badabenji, and we've seen some good pace coming up from Badabenji and Jaffer, and that's constantly why they're trying to find those holes over through those central defenders to see if they can break them free, as Halley's going to try to come the other way, and a sliding challenge from Mahabir prevents it to get towards Rolex, and now Unionville once again looking to go the other side. Rolex looked like he grabbed the jersey there, and the referee does agree. Free kick here for Campbell and Unionville Milliken. Getting close towards that half an hour mark. No score here between Unionville Milliken and Scrosoppi FC on this Friday night broadcast here at the Bishop Redding Catholic Secondary School in Milton, Ontario. And what's a nice day here, actually. It looked like we had a bit of rain here earlier, but looks to have subsided just in time for this match. Alley showing a little burst of speed from him as he's going to hustle through on the right side, and he'll go shoulder to shoulder with Carls, and Alley tries to drive towards the goal. Assistant referee is there as the Scrosoppi FC bench is not happy with the no call there, but looks like he just lost his balance there as he tried to burst in with speed. Referee's blowing the play dead. He's coming over to tuck towards Reed. Not too sure. Maybe some words were said. Maybe some displeasures were known. Well, it looks like referee is giving Reed the warning there. And And he'll allow play to continue after that discussion. But something to keep in mind there for the referee as Clark is under a little bit of pressure. And he is able to get that pass away just barely. Some good high attack coming in from Bada Benji. And Scrosoppi, though, might get an attack the other way now. Kilbride tried to play that one up towards Rolex, couldn't find him. And Unionville almost gets in the way of the referee, but they're able to continue with the possession with the brooms. Comes that long ball once again, and it's just something to continuously to keep an eye out for Scrosoppi, as that was Prentice White who tried to reach onto that one as he was making an adventurous run from his right fullback position. Rolex trying to play that towards Blaskovich. Can't find anything. He's 2 white jerseys on him. And Scrosoppi is forced to play this one all the way back towards their defense as they look to bring towards this near side with Bickford. Alley does good and just past that outstretched leg of D'Acunha as they try to attack here with Blaskovich over on the left side. He's going to go for goal. That takes a deflection, and Carls will just hit this one high in the air, but it won't clear it away as Scrosoppi will continue with the possession.
Number 15, Jim here, enters the match. Exiting the match, number 11, Daniel McIntosh.
So it looks like we had a substitution just before that break here. It looks like maybe it was an injury substitution, as exiting the game was Daniel McIntosh from Unionville. Entering the game will be Azim Mohammed Tahir. So Mohammed Tahir into the game here for Unionville to replace the injured McIntosh. I apologize, I missed that one. I was too busy looking towards the referee's discussions with Reed there. That's when that substitution happened, as Carls does well to try to continue this run. And Beckford will just kick it right back towards Unionville's possession. Prentice White, Eckles. They'll play a little 1-2 with one another, and Eckles looking to see if he can find any help. Finally finds it once again with Prentice White, as Mahibir will bring it towards his near side. Diallo. Carlos. Mahibir once again, and there's that long ball once again from Unionville, as they're going to look to play this one up top for Prentice White, who's able to settle this one down. And that's going to be a free kick going against LH there. As the referee, I guess, who had a better look there, probably saw a little bit of a push on the back as the Unionville player had a little bit of a stumble trying to receive that pass. Clark is asking for 2 players in that wall there. As you have the left-footed taker, it's going to be interesting as he's going to probably look to play towards the edge of the goal area, and he will, and there's the header, but couldn't get it towards the goal. And that's just the dangers of that in-swing free kick there, as he drifts closer towards the goalkeeper, and you start to try to find a little bit of no man's land in between the goalkeeper and the center backs. Leach looks to switch it over towards that left side, towards the midfield. Stolar, Blaskovich trying to get this one back towards Stolar. Gets too far away from him. Unionville will just clear it away first time for a throw-in. And the chance there from the header was from the newly introduced Azim Tahir, who just came into the game. Good footwork once again. There's a low drive, but it goes straight in towards the waiting hands of Campbell. But again, just showing the offensive threat, Blaskovic showcasing why he's going to be one of those scorers to watch this season. Just needs a little bit of a little bit of separation, and he's able to get some good power to put it onto goal. Prentice White carries this one up towards the midfield, and he's going to play this one down the line for Badabenji to chase. And Badabenji puts some good pressure in, but Reed does well, able to shake his attack away as Scrosoppi tries to get out of their own half. And once again, just seeing that high press pressure. We're going to see, can these two teams keep that type of pressure and intensity all 90 minutes, though? But we're starting to see, though, Unionville starting to back off a little bit. We saw much more of an intensity in the opening 20 minutes of the game as they seem to have backed off, and they're going to let Scrosoppi get over half now. Can't find Hallie. Hallie was making a good cut in towards the middle. They just couldn't play it over the center backs, but Scrosoppi continues possession. Stolar shaking himself away from a couple players as they look to switch it towards the near side for Patarroyo. He's got to hustle backwards, and he's not able to keep that one in play. Campbell trying to urge his players on from goal right now, giving them a good round of applause. Say, guys, let's keep it up here. Mahabir. Looks like after that substitution, he has advanced a little bit forward and towards the midfield. So McIntosh, with him being off, looks like Mahabir has gone into more of a defensive central midfield position, with Tahir and Diallo now being the center backs for Unionville. As we have an injured Scrosoppi player down on the pitch, that's Ija Hallie. Looks like he's going to need this medical attention. If this is your first time tuning in towards League One Ontario, League One Ontario is the province's Pro-Am standards-based soccer league and is sanctioned by FIFA through the Domestic Authority of Canada Soccer and Ontario Soccer. As it was founded in 2014, League One Ontario enters its 8th season with 20 teams in the Women's Premier Division and 22 in the Men's Premier Division. League One serves as the stepping stone between high-performance youth soccer and the fully professional levels of the game. Its primary focus is to showcase the development of Canada's future stars, as over 150 players have graduated from League One to professional levels in Canada and across the globe in male and female. For more information, visit league1ontario.com or find them on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok. And it looks like it's a bit of a cramp here for Hallie. Again, just to remind you guys, these two teams did just play this past Wednesday, so a packed week for these teams here early in the season as they both try to still develop their legs, get themselves into form. It's tough to have two games in just a short time period. And Hallie, who did play in that game, might be feeling it, but he is returning himself back onto the pitch. And we'll have to see here as we get close towards that first half whistle how he's going to move around the field. Tahir had a long touch there, and that one got blocked and forces Diallo to clear that one aside. Good pressure once again from the Scrosoppi attack. Reed. Bickford tried to play that one right through the middle. A bit of a dangerous pass. That's settled in here by Mahibir once again. Prentice White chipped his way forward on towards the right side. As he tries to place this one towards the middle, it's going to find Badabenji. He's got some support in the midfield, and he'll drop it back towards Mahibir. Mybeer chips this one up. There's a good battle for it, but he can't find that one to take a shot onto goal. Bakeford did well to shield that one away for Clark to come out and grab. Again, Clark making his first League One start of this season. Has put himself busy here. Not the busier of the two keepers, but he still have to make some good critical moments so far here in this first half. There's good balls played in here towards this left side. Good hustle and try to put a low drive. Still takes deflection. Still loose as this kick towards the high post. Prentice White jumps up high in the air. And it's finally found by Kilbride. And he's able to clear that on the side as there's a good sliding challenge. Keep that ball in front as it's going to be chasing towards the corner. Play still continues in here for Unionville as they try to urge themselves towards the Scrosoppi goal. But the Scrosoppi is able to find it as they can't launch an attack the other way, though, as back there will be the defender, Prentice White, able to keep that ball in front. Great run from check that was Leach there. He gets brought back as he tripped up over the first one. Did a great job staying on his feet, though. Try to get through that second player. And then finally lost that balance for it to be called for a free kick. Not a busy half so far for referee Dujic here. Has kept it pretty clean so far with these two teams. As we get close towards the 45 mark, no score here in this League One Ontario Men's Premier League action between Unionville Milliken and Scrosoppi FC. Scrosoppi has had the best chances so far, but a couple impressive saves from Tajon Campbell has kept this game tied. Jaffer putting in the pressure on the back, and it was Jaffer who had the best chance for Unionville as well, as he's got a good chance off a through ball to go on to goal. But Bickford held back just in time to deflect his shot onto goal, and Clark was able to make the save. Rollick's losing his footing, but he wins his team a free kick instead. And you're seeing that every single time Rollick gets that ball towards his feet. So instantly got one, if not two, Unionville players draped all over his back, not letting him go anywhere. As there goes another Scrosoppi player down towards the turf. As Eklas is going to get a warning here from the referee for kicking that ball after the whistle. Alley trying to put some good scissor moves on, can't get his way through, and he doesn't get the throw in it either. He thought he wanted himself to throw him, but the assistant referee has the better view there. So we reached that 45-minute mark, and I believe it was just a couple minutes of added time here from just a 1 minute here from the fourth official as he puts his board up right now. So probably just the last couple plays up here at this field. That'll be Unionville with throwing deep into Scrosoppi territory. Alley will be able to get to that one first, but can he clear it away? Yes, he will hit this one high in the air, and that one's going to go as far as DeCunha. It's going to be a bit of a scramble for him. DeCunha will be the one who comes out with it, try to chip it forward, and finally it'll be Leach who gets this one high in the air, and this one will go all the way back towards Unionville defense, and a little bit too comfortable there was Diallo, And he's finally able to bring it down towards his feet as he gets himself away from the danger. And there goes the halftime whistle here, folks. This League One Ontario Men's Premier League action between Unionville Milliken and Scrosoppi FC. It's going to be 0-0 going towards the break. Don't go anywhere, folks. Second half action coming up next. Mike. Everything okay? Should I turn this off or? Still on.
So let's see if you walk over there if it's any better.
Welcome back, everyone, towards this Bishop Redding Catholic Secondary School here in Milton, Ontario for second half action. And this League One Ontario Men's Premier play between Unionville Milliken Soccer Club and Scrosoppi FC. No score between these two teams as they have switched sides. So it'll be Scrosoppi in the black going from your right to your left on your screens at home. And in the white is Unionville going from your left to your right. My name is Martin Holmes, giving you the play-by-play commentary for this match. Great crowd here on hand on this Friday night of play here for Scrosoppi. We're looking to try and see if they can get 3 points here in this home match. They've gotten through what's been one of the most challenging things for them all season long. Again, 7 of their 8 goals against them have been in the first half. Just 1 goal against them in the second half. So they're going to try and see if they can put some goals in and see if they can take it through, as Cyrus Relics has definitely showcased some good flashes and had the best chance with Blaskovic in that first half, as we have a couple fouls going against Unionville. Start out this second half. Just 1 substitution has been made so far in this game. Daniel McIntosh has swapped out, and Azim Tahir, the center back, has come into the game for Unionville, who are sitting with a record of 3-1-1, going against the Scrosoppi squad, who's got 2 wins and 3 losses, as it'll be Blaskovic getting ready for this set piece. A couple black jerseys take a tumble on the turf as it gets headed away by Mahabir. And Patarroyo looks to put this one right back into play. We saw Halley pick up an injury late in that first half, but it looks like he's still okay. It looks like it was probably a bit of a cramp, but he's able to continue here in this one. Long ball up as Blaskovic and Tower go battling forward, and it will be Unionville who come out with it, and they're going to send a long ball up towards Jaffer, and Stolar, under some pressure there, is forced to kick that one aside first time, and it'll be a first corner kick of this game for Unionville. Somehow they did not get one in that first half, and they're looking to already put this pressure in here early in this second half. 2 other games going on here tonight, as North Mississauga is traveling to Derby and Woodbridge Strikers is going against St. Catharines Roma. Make sure to visit League1Ontario.com to keep updated on all the League One Ontario games, men's and women's. This one's getting lofted. Clark calls for this one. Ball's still loose, but it gets cleared away. And dangerous one, as look, that ball just died in the air as Clark was sat out for that one towards that far post. As he was waiting for that one to come towards him, it just suddenly went down, and it's a loose ball in front. But fortunately, I believe that was Relics who got on the end of that one and was able to clear that one aside, as it goes for throwing, as we see a Scrosoppi player down on the far side of the field. Took a bit of a tumble. And we'll have to see if he will be able to continue here. And it doesn't look like it. It looks like we're going to be having a substitution here for Scrosoppi. And we'll confirm to you guys the substitution here in just a moment, as it's on that far side of the field. And play will continue. I believe that was Halley, the player who came off the field. Again, like we said, he was trying to play through that knock, and it will look like he wasn't able to continue, as there's a challenge coming in from Unionville, and it's going to be a free kick, and it looks like a talking to from the referee as well. As Carls will get a quick chat too from the referee, and play will resume here with the short free kick. Leitch try to play that one up the middle, gets blocked there. That's a nice interception from Blaskovic. Leitch tried to switch it, but it got read there by Eklas, and Stolar will resume the possession here for Scrosoppi. Bickford seeing some space up there. It is the center back. Might have carried that one a little bit too far, but he is able to get rewarded with that ball right back on his feet. But he gets shielded away from that one. He tried to get a foul there, but the referee will waive advantage, as Bickford tried to do the smart play once he gave it up, give a foul, so he's able to return back to his position. As here comes Yezanach the other way. Yezernach plays it for Blaskovic. Blaskovic trying to force his way through the defense. Good job there from Prentice White holding his ground, and Unionville is able to win it back. Broom's looking to try to settle this play down. It's got a little bit frantic. As Scrosoppi did this in the first half, came out with a lot of force, put a lot of pressure towards Unionville, and they didn't know how to react but then they were able to settle in as the first half progressed. But the pressure still continued here for Rolex. Rolex getting brought back in towards the corner. A lot of pressure onto his back as he's going to try and drive towards that goal area, but it gets poked away from them, and Scrosoppi is calling for a pass back there. Referee disagrees with them, though, and he's going to allow play to continue as that ball was poked away from Rolex. And the goalkeeper, Campbell, did pick up that ball. Inviting the pressure is the Unionville defense, and they do win themselves a free kick as the pressure was a little bit too strong onto the back there. Today's League One Ontario broadcast is made possible by Sports Engine. Bring your team together with Sports Engine HQ, the Canadian Premier League, where Canadian soccer takes flight, and Ontario soccer, encouraging us all to play, inspire, and unite. As play will resume here for the Unionville team. There's a 0-0 scoreline. Again, predicted this was going to be a bit of a tight one here for you back at home, folks. First goal, I think, will open this game up if it does indeed happen. But Unionville won't be able to go any further. Stolar does well, but Unionville is able to pick this one right back as they try to get a cross in. That gets blocked in front by Reed, and it's yet another corner kick here for Unionville. They were able to get that looping ball in on that first corner kick. Will they try to succeed in doing so again and cause some havoc in front of the Scrosoppi goal? Comes that ball in, looped again. Clark calls for it again. This time he's able to make the catch. Very similar balls. The first one just didn't drop as fast. Comes the ball played towards the right side as the newly substituted player. Still trying to get confirmation for you guys on who the substitution is, but he's doing some good footwork over there on that far side as he yeses towards the middle. And Rolex tries a shot that just goes wide of the goal. Good effort once again. Beer back towards his defense. Yellow. Tar. Looks like once it gets towards that midfield, it's the attack coming in. So allow those center backs to knock it back and forth, then attack if they try to move any further. Leach puts this one right back towards Unionville possession. As they're looking to settle this one down is Unionville. They saw that frantic pace from Scrosoppi, and they're doing the smart play right now. Even if it's just passing it back and forth, slow the pace down. But there's a dangerous turnover, and Blaskovic is able to make them pay. Tahar takes an extra touch in front of the goal, and Nicholas Blaskovic jumps right onto that one, and no chance for Tajon Campbell, as Blaskovic will pick up the all-important first goal in this one, as they'll take the lead 1-0 over Unionville with his third goal of the season in the 55th minute. And that's what we were saying right there. Unionville's trying to just slow down the pace, knock it around that back line, back and forth. But again, they just got too casual right there. And we've been expecting that high pressure coming in from Scrosoppi, and this time they were able to make them pay. As Blaskovic does a great job. Just all he had to do is just pass it into that bottom corner, and he succeeded. And now I think we're gonna get a wide open, exciting rest of this game here, folks. We got that first goal, And Scrosoppi, like we said, they're a very strong second half team. And we're going to see if Unionville will be able to recover here. And this one, they haven't really tested Daniel Clark much at all. As this time, Scrosoppi is going to try and see if they can go for a second. Blaskovic, the goal scorer, gets towards the middle, tries a shot just past that far corner. But the confidence was there from Blaskovic. Cut into the inside, saw some space, and he puts it just wide. Ball get in favor of Scrosoppi here. My beer now picks this one up, returns it back towards the defense. Now they got to recognize, okay, we can't be too casual into that. And like we said they were going towards that midfield, then putting a pressure on. Blaskovic just changed up the script there. And it looks like Tyler just wasn't ready for it, was the substitute. But let's see if Prentice White, he's been one of the more attacking threats from his fullback position. We'll see if he can create some magic with Badabenji here, their leading goal scorer for Unionville. Eklas. He's going to look for some space, and he gets it over towards Carl's over on the far side. Eklas, good chip in front, and he's going to send it his man over on the far side, Jaffer. Jaffer still trying to see if he can break free. Finds a player on the top of the penalty area. They're still driving towards. There's a shot. That gets blocked. And there's a hard shove, and the ref says, no, that's shoulder to shoulder. Play still continues the other way. And a couple players still take a tumble on the turf. The referee says, no, just play on here. And it's going to be an attack the other way here for Rolex. Cyrus Rolex going one-on-one. Gets by the defender. Tries to center it. But it gets cleared away in front by Taher as Blaskovic was right behind him. And it looks like a yellow card was issued towards Cyrus Rolex here. Maybe something happened after the challenge there. Said something towards the player there because the referee instantly blew the play dead. And Rolex will be the first player to enter the book here for referee Duzic. Again, a very easy first half for the referee, but as this game has opened up with that opening goal, start to see the intensity not only in the scoreline, but the gameplay progress. There's that long ball up towards Prentice White. He's hustling for that one, and Clark will get onto that one, and he will pick up that loose ball. I think it was just on that edge of the penalty area, so he wasn't able to make that initial grab, but more than enough time to pick it right back off the turf. Good attack here for Scrosoppi over on the right side. Trying to pass this one in towards Blaskovic. Couldn't find him as it gets knocked away from him by Diallo. Tar gonna look long again, and it looks like that's just gonna be the gameplay. They got some pace up top. Play that long ball, see if they could get it over the defense, and then get one of those players onto a runs. As this one's gonna get played in by DeCunha. Got red, and the referee was about to blow it dead, but said, you know what, you did lost possession there, so he's just gonna allow play to continue. As it looks like we got some fireworks going on in the background. Victoria Day is on Monday, but some people are deciding to set off some fireworks early. Rolex, he's able to get onto the end of this loose ball. It's a 2-on-2 break. He's going to go for himself, and he gets it into the corner. And there's the dance right there. Cyrus Rolex with a huge goal here, and he makes it 2-0. Just that quick counterattack, and just over the hour mark, 2 goals in 5 minutes for Scrosoppi. And it's a huge 2-0 lead against this Unionville team who is not had the most goals for, but it's very tough to score against. And they've found a breakthrough here in the second half, and Relics just seems to just, these attacking players in Scrosoppi just constantly finding themselves just a little bit of space from that defense, and that's all it needs for these players to get a good effort onto goal. And no chance once again for Campbell into his bottom corner. I'll have to see here. Will Unionville make some substitutions? I believe they will here. DeCunha will be the player exiting the game. Yeah, Unionville, again, you're down 2-0. You got to be making more of an attacking-minded substitution, and we'll let you know who is the player coming onto the field right after that goal. Looks like entering the game is number 17, Roberto Edic. So Edic is on for DeCunha.
Number 9, Cyrus Rollins.
And Diallo getting a little bit too comfortable in that back line there. When you've got a attacker like Relics on you, you can't get too comfortable and try to see if they can deke it out. You got to remember, you're the last player back. If you lose that ball, and we've seen it once, you're creating an obvious goal-scoring opportunity for the other team the other way. And they almost did so once again, as they had a good idea, did Unionville on that right side. But that ball was too far ahead for Prentice White to get onto as it goes out for a goal kick. Looks like Coach Siraj from Scrosoppi is giving some directions towards the attacking players during that goal kick as they ran over towards the bench. Let's see, maybe a little change in formation, or keep up the attack, keep doing what you're doing. Either way, we'll see what kind of adjustments they make as they do win themselves a free kick on that far side of the field. And it might be a yellow card. Yes, it will for Eklas. He's already got a warning in that first half, so he will be the first Unionville player to enter the book for the referee. That'll be a free kick here for the first goal scorer, Blaskovic, coming over here to take. A lot of pushing and shoving going on here, right on that edge of the penalty area, as players fight for position. Scrosoppi trying to hide Bickford. And here comes that ball in. There's a diving header coming in from Relics. Couldn't get it out towards the goal, but it looks like that was a set piece towards that near side as Relics ran towards that near post. Diallo once again towards this near side. Tyler's pass intercepted once again, and Blaskovic is going to find Relics, who tried to first time it, but it rolls off of his foot. And Tyler, the substitutes, had some questionable passes off through that backline. They just have to be way more careful. Diallo once again. Tar. His pass misses his man once again. Just some dangerous passing coming from those center backs from Unionville. And this is going to allow for Stolar, and he scores! Once again, another turnover from the back line. That ball gets loose, and Anthony Stolar picks up his second goal of the season with a brilliant shot just past the outstretched arms of Campbell. And what a second half here for the Scrosoppi FC squad as they now lead 3-0 over Unionville Milliken. And just the tail, the first half was a tight affair. We saw Scrosoppi coming out with a lot of attack in that first half, but Unionville was able to slow it down, keep it down. Then they slowed down the pace of the game entirely in that first half. They just haven't been able to do so here in the second half. But again, it's just been key turnovers from the center backs that have led to a couple of the goals. And Stolar, the left back, second goal of the season. And Scrosoppi is sitting down one of their top players, Krzyminski, on the bench so far. So they're doing without one of their top players, and they're still pulling off these results. It's quite incredible so far. There's Stolar right now with it. Brings it back towards Reed on defense, and Unionville realizes, okay, we got to get this tempo up. We got to put some high pressure, and they are able to win it here with Prentice White. To the midfield, and player that takes a stumble, Mahabir, and it looks like he's coming up a little bit stiff though, but play will still continue as that ball goes towards that far right side. Scrosoppi's cross will get blocked, and it's another corner kick for the team in black as they continue to put the pressure on. Comes the corner kick, trying to find a player, and they do find us. Rolex once again. Check that. It was Tajay Reed who got onto the end of that one, and Reed's opportunity just went wide. The center back making it up there for that corner kick. It's Edick. Prentice White, and once again Unionville will just try to slow this pace down, work this ball up, but again they can't waste too much time as they're going to need to get 3 here if they want to get themselves back into this game. Comes Edick. Prentice White. Back for Edick once again. He's going to chip it forward towards Badabenji. And those 3 players trying to pass it around the triangle, not able to do so anymore. It's just the singular black jersey. It is Nicholas Blaskovic, who's had himself an incredible game so far for Scrosoppi. This Unionville team is sitting currently 5th on the League One table. But again, all 5 of their games so far this season have all been home games. It's just their first away game on the season, and they're going to be going on a bit of a road trip after this match, as they're going to be traveling to Windsor TFC next Sunday, May 29th, and then away games against North Mississauga and Guelph as they continue on this road trip. Scrosoppi next Saturday will travel towards Hamilton United for a home match next Friday, June 3rd against Alliance, and then June 12th they're back on the road against the ever tough Woodbridge Strikers. Looks like we got more substitutions upcoming here for Unionville on the next opportunity. As this ball was played up long, and again, just no communication on the top there. They're trying to play those long balls, but just the attacking players in defense just haven't been on that same page as Clark looks to kill some time off the clock as we just passed 70 minutes on the clock. It's 3-0 for Scrosoppi over Unionville Milliken. Unionville looked like they were ready to make that substitution, but the throw-in was taken in quickly, as Blaskovic is there on the prowl and the attack, but he gives up a free kick instead. It's Brooms who's going to switch it over towards that far side of the field for Diallo. Taher in towards Brooms. Prentice White first time in towards the middle. Can't find a man. It's cleared away first time up the field. As you can probably see in the background too, we got more fireworks going on the opposite side of the field now. On this long weekend, hope you guys are all going to enjoy it. Make sure to tune in on Sunday as well for our League One Ontario Women's Premier League streamed action, as we'll be seeing Guelph and Electric City battle it out. And then looks like could be we'll see what the players look like. It's one of the attacking players. I think that's Safe Jaffer coming off the field. As we await confirmation here on this substitution. Looks like they have a little bit of confusion here on, it looks like Scrosoppi looks like a jump onto this one. They're going to make a change as well. So changes for both teams out there on the field. And we'll try to see if we can find these newly introduced players for you. I think that's Jaden Saunders. So Saunders, I believe, is the player who's come into the game here for Scrosoppi. And Blaskovic, I'm pretty sure, was the player who exited the field for Scrosoppi after a strong game with this opening goal of the match. He's done his job, and Saunders will look to see if he can finish this one out. There's another shot there, gets blocked from Badabenji. Carls, back towards Diallo. He's forced to bring this one all the way back towards his defense, as Taher gets it. So I believe they said number 5, Dario Jezernach, was one of the players who came off there. So I believe Blaskovic is still on the field and probably switched over to the far side of the field. But Saunders is in the game as we look to continue on here with just about 15 minutes remaining on the clock, plus stoppage time, but it doesn't look like there will be much here. Long ball up the left side here. And the newly introduced player, he's got those fresh legs. Try to get onto that one. Was a Saunders. Couldn't reach onto the end of that one, though, as it goes out for the throw-in. Long ball up the field once again, and Clark's just going to call his players off of them, and they're going to look to settle this one down and kill some more time off the clock. As we take a look on the out-of-town scoreboard, North Mississauga is currently up 2-0 over Darby. They're in the 72nd minute. And Woodbridge is up 2-0 themselves over St. Catharines Roma in the other match. So couple 2-0s, and we got the 3-0 here into this one. Mahabir slowly get back on his feet. Looks like he gives the thumbs up. Says, all right, I'm going to try and continue in here, says the captain. Trying to toughen that one out. There's a dangerous ball. A little bit of miscommunication there between Bickford and Clark. And Clark, fortunately, was able to get to that one as Benji was coming in with a ton of speed. And he almost got into the end of that one. Bickford is going to play that one long. That's going to go over the heads of everybody and roll all the way towards Campbell. Center backs play it again, and they're going to go on the attack again. Saunders jumps in a bit late. The referee's just going to say advantage play on here. As Saunders try to see if he could catch Taher once again. Almost a carbon copy if he was able to get on the end of that ball from the first goal of this match. Again, today's League One Ontario broadcast is made possible by Gatorade, Rehydrate, Replenish, Refuel, and Canada Soccer. Sign up for the new Canada Red membership program to get the inside track on exclusive tickets, merchandise, and more. As the Canada Red membership, and especially with how great the national team is doing, definitely want to jump all over that one. With, of course, the newly introduced the women's national team will be traveling here towards the BMO Field in Toronto as they're going to be playing a friendly match at the end of June. So you're going to want to hop onto that one and get tickets for that.
That's right.
Clark having all of his players move up the field as he takes this one in towards the midfield, and it'll be kept in on the far side. It looked like that one was just going to roll its way out. Some good job there from the midfield. Scrosoppi, and they're going to continue to battle for it as a Unionville player will be able to poke that one free though, as we have a good battle going into the midfield as both teams try to win possession, and it's going to be called for a free kick at the end of the day for Unionville, which they'll take quickly. Edick has that one shielded away from him by Saunders. Stolar, who picked up the third goal there. One thing I've really liked about the Scrosoppi squad, you're seeing when they do get onto the attack, those wing backs are not afraid to jump in onto the attack themselves. And Stolar, who's coming in late, was able to jump on the third goal. But you see Stolar, one of those players, just the reason he's got 2 goals in this already this season, just jumps in on the attack and is able to bury it home. Diallo forced to play this one long. Good control initially from the Unionville player on the far side to keep that one in, Jaffer, but couldn't get any further though. And again, just seems to be that's the story for Unionville. They haven't been able to fully utilize the midfield, play the ball through the midfield towards their attackers. They've been forced to just skip them, play it from their defense all the way up towards the attack, and it just hasn't worked out for them. Mahabir is able to win this ball, and he's going to work this ball up towards the midfield. But the pass, though, and I think that frustration there just sums it up, as it looks like Unionville will be making yet another substitution in here. And it'll be Safe Jaffer officially coming off on that left side. And number 20, Zabi Sultanpuri, will be the player coming onto the field, and he'll be replacing Saif Jaffer. There's a bit of a late challenge there in the midfield. That will get called by the referee. This was the story of that all-important first goal, though, in this game. Scrosoppi was able to pounce on it, and then they were able to just continue that momentum here in this second half, and this really just killed any buzz or hope for Unionville here as they try to just wrap up these final 10 minutes at the Bishop Redding Secondary School here in Milton, Ontario. And again, what's been a very nice evening here. Got a little bit cooler here, and it's allowed for some great playing conditions for these teams, as this one's going to get crossed in and nicely won in the air by Diallo. Second ball headed on as it continues in towards Saunders. Stolar trying to see if he can split between the two players. Gets poked away from him, and it's carried over midfield as it's going to be Mahabir once again with it. He's going to send this one long, and chasing onto that one will be Prentice White once again, making a run up the field. But he's going to get called offside by the assistant referee, and the fullback's run will be called dead. Goals from Blaskovic, Relics, and Stolars. All 3 goals in 10 minutes here in the second half. As it'll be a Reed ready to boot this one up the field. And Relics is chasing after that one, but fortunately Diallo will be able to keep that one away as Relics was running in straight behind him, and he's pointing towards the referee. Relics is saying he was getting held back on that run there, and the referee had some word with him. They're just having a conversation. Looked like they came to some sort of resolution as they continue here with the throw-in straight towards Relics' foot. Eric. That pass up there from Brooms goes straight towards the Scrosoppi player, and here comes Saunders. Saunders getting a little bit of space. He's going to go forward as Saunders, and he'll hit the American football uprights, and he'll go for a goal kick. That's what I'm seeing, that little bit of space for the attacking players. The Unionville players are backing up, I think, a little bit too much when the Scrosoppi players are onto the attack, and that's just allowing that space for the players to put some efforts. Yes, it is from outside of the penalty area, but if you give the right player enough time, they're able to find the corners they need. And Cyrus Relics showed that one earlier as well. Sultan Puri now looking for some options for Unionville. Forced to play it up the middle, and Mahabir is going to hustle to that one to get towards his defense before Relics was able to get to it. Mahabir taking a little bit of stumble, shielding it away, and Saunders, those fresh legs, holding strong as he tries to win it, but he plays it straight towards the Unionville player as he tried to find Stolar instead. And Attic will throw this one in quickly. Alphonse, he's one of the players that come into the game. Playing it around with Diallo now. Tahir. Eric, back to Alphonse. There's a long ball once again from Mahabir. Trying to see if he can find one of his players, and Clark calls it off as it looks like Bickford got a knock onto the back of him, and he's still down on the turf, and the referee will blow it dead here as the Unionville player will go over to Bickford, make sure he's okay, and apologize for that collision there. As Scrosoppi is going to be making one late substitution here with about 5 minutes left to go, as well as Bickford looks like he's ready to get back onto his feet. No medical staff needed to take a look at the center back. And it will be the striker, Cyrus Relics, who picked up the second goal in this game. He'll be the player exiting this one. Nicholas Souza will be coming into the game. So Souza's into the game now for Rolex. Again, great game from Cyrus here today. As here comes Saunders right onto the attack for Scrosoppi. Can they get a fourth? Chipped it forward, still loose, and it's cleared away by Diallo. Just on the nick of time, as like some good run coming in from Saunders. He was able to break free over on that left flank, put it across goal. Diallo is able to clear, and there's a late challenge, and that's a dangerous one. And we're gonna have to see what the referee, and he'll just go with just a yellow card here for Edick on that challenge. And that was a tough challenge coming in from the Unionville midfielder. He'll be the second Unionville player to enter the book, joining his teammate Aklas. As the Scrosoppi player, looks like he's going to get some stretching before re-entering this game. Leach coming over to take this one. He's going to boot this one high in the air. Alphonse will get the first touch on this one, and the second touch will be knocked into the midfield by Edick. Eklas, his pass gets blocked by the Scrosoppi midfield. I know knocked aside, and looks like they just going to get a player up to the table right now to put themselves back up towards 11 players on the field. As Leach is currently filling in on the left back position until they get the substitution made. Edick, long ball up again, too far, looks like for Badabenji, and Clark with more than enough time to make the grab, and he'll roll it out towards his defense. A little bit of pressure there from the Unionville players, two of them, and they're able to go into the attack here. Can they get one? No, says Bickford, and he goes rolling on the turf, and this doesn't look good. I believe that's Bickford right there. Went onto the turf, and he started rolling in some serious trouble, and that's the last thing Scrosoppi could be needing here, is late into a game up pretty much guaranteed 3 points and getting some key players injured. That's something they don't want here. Well, it looks like we're ready to continue. And entering the game for Stolar will be Baldeep Gill. So Gill is in for Stolar. It looks like Leach will stay here on this left back position, and Gill will take over in the central midfield. Souza on the attack, putting some pressure on this Unionville defense. As we get towards the full 90, and a look towards the fourth official as he's running towards the table right now. And trying to see, I believe that's a 1 he's holding up here. Just a 1 minute added on here. And this final minute is there's a deflection there for Unionville. And they can't get 1 here with this corner kick. Can't give up on it yet. And there's a clean sheet to battle for here for Unionville. Sometimes it's just a little bit of confidence. When you get 1, even though you're not taking the 3 points here, you're still getting a little bit of positive feeling as they're going to play this one in short. Diallo. They tried to play it short, but they weren't able to get that ball in towards the penalty area, and Scrosoppi looks to have cleared this one as far away. And they're forced Unionville to go all the way to the back line, but there goes the full-time whistle. And this League One Ontario men's premier broadcast with the final score here being Scrosoppi FC 3 and the Unionville Milliken Soccer Club 0. I'd like to thank everyone who's tuned in for this match. And make sure to tune in this Sunday for the women's premier broadcast. The game of the week will be Guelph versus Electric City. But until then, folks, this has been Martin Ohms here with the broadcast. And until next time, folks.